How about greatest things? Alive. Go. It's a short one. You're singing starting right
All I see are the greatest things happening before me. All I feel are the greatest things happening within me. And this love expands beauty in my life. Even through the dark, I can find the light. Because I know within my heart that the greatest things are happening for me. All I see are the greatest things happening before me. All I feel are the greatest things happening within me. And this love expands beauty in my life. Even through the dark, I can find the light. Because I know within my heart that the greatest things are happening for me. All the greatest things. All the greatest things. All the greatest things are happening for me. All the greatest things. All the greatest things. All the greatest things are happening for me. All I see are the greatest things happening before me.
How about G? It's a guitar song, right? Two.
Light within me and all around me, I am one in the love. As the sky goes on forever, I am one in the love. From the starlight to the ocean, and the wind blowing through the trees, I am one with all I see. I am whole, I am free.
Gazing in the distance, I saw across the sky a beautiful rainbow, many colors, one design.
As I lay down for the evening, I only close my eyes, and a great peace overcame me as I saw we're all divine. Light within me and all around me. I am one in love. As the sky goes on forever, I am one in the love. From the starlight to the ocean, and the wind blowing through the trees, I am one with all I see. I am whole, I am free. I am free. I am free. I am one with all around me.
I am one in the love. As the sky goes on forever, I am one in the love. From the starlight
to the ocean,
and the wind
blowing through the trees, I am one with all I see.
I am whole, I am free. Oh, we start now? Kick it. Back in your line. 3, 4.
For the rest of my days I'll be right here, you and me. For the rest of my time I'll know no place I'd rather go.
For the rest of my days I'll be what comes and what we'll see. For the rest of my time I'll know exactly where I'll go.
Back in your arms, back in your arms is where I'll be. Back in your arms, back in your arms is where I'll be. Sometimes I get lost,
Like floating out to sea.
I get turned and tossed, but you're right there next to me. Back in your arms, back in your arms is where I'll be. Back in your arms, back in your arms is where I'll be.
Back in your arms.
For the rest of my days I'll be
back in your arms.
right here, you and me.
Back in your arms.
For the rest of my time I'll know no place I'd rather go.
Drum fill.
Back in your arms. Back in your arms is where I'll be. Back in your arms. Back in your arms is where I'll be. Back in your arms. Back in your arms is where I'll be. Back in your arms. Back in your arms is where I'll be.
Sam and Lucy again while I'm here. I didn't know the stars could align so well. All right, let's give it up. Let's just clap even for us, for Sam and Lucy for being here. Woo! I'm gonna take a centering breath because y'all know how excited I get to be up in front of y'all. I'm gonna keep my eye on Carla because she lets me know if the mic is where it needs to be. I think I'm good so far. Everyone can hear me. So happy Sunday. So good to be here. Do we have any new visitors? Any first timers here with us? Oh, don't be shy. Everybody clap it up. We got a first timer. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Since you're new, we will do our best to contain our crazy, because we're all family here. But no promises, so. All right, it's been a while since I've been up here. I think I'm remembering everything correctly. Did the first timer, oh, I didn't introduce myself. I'm Stephanie. I will be your, I'm the Sunday service leader. I also like to think of it as the MC, Master of Ceremony. So here we go, we're vibing, we're flowing. This is actually my second time this weekend being an MC, if y'all can believe it. I did it last night for a belly dance performance. Thank you. Maybe this is like my new calling, we'll see. But now we're gonna go into our vision, so everyone join in as we say it together. Centered in divine love and wisdom, we joyfully create a world united in positive spirituality. Yes, like that. Whoop. Mission: through prayer, meditation, spiritual education, and service, we put God's love into action. Yes, thank you. Love that. Core values, okay. I am spirit-led. I am love. I am generosity. I am gratitude. I am inclusivity. Wonderful. Now, I don't know if I get to go ahead and announce it, but I will because I'm so excited. So as y'all know, we've been doing the chakras. We've been going up, so we've already done the root and the sacral, and now we're on to the solar plexus. Y'all, I've been waiting all year to break out this dress. This is my favorite dress. Okay, just love it. So, yeah, there we are. And our anchoring thought for that, no, really, I've been so excited. I wore this dress at my sister's wedding and then my best friend's wedding, so it's getting mileage. Our anchoring thought: it always seems impossible until it's done, right? Let that sink in. All right, and now I'm gonna welcome up Rev Ryan. Everybody give him a round of applause.
Oh my. What's up, y'all? What's going on? Shout out to Steph. Y'all, this is a new space. Remember when we would come in and it was like, okay, how do we find and embody joy and enthusiasm? Here we are. Here we are. So as I hit the gong, I invite you to take a cleansing breath. A cleansing breath. So for those of us joining us for the first time, this is what we call our evocation. Our evocation. So in other spaces, you might do what's called an invocation, when you say, God, come on in. We're ready for you, God. We've been good. Come on in, God. But in this space, we acknowledge that what we call God was here long before we arrived in this building, in these bodies. This planet was even in existence. That force, that divine energy was already present. And so we hit the gong for the first time, acknowledging that divine energy. We hit the gong a second time, acknowledging that we are the activity, the articulation, the music of that which we call God. I want y'all to do me a favor. Just look around the room, and I want you to look with your heart. I want you to see all the colors, the fabrics. This is what God looks like. This is God. And so we hit the gong a second time, acknowledging that we are the embodiment, the front lines, the cutting edge of that divinity. And so we hit the gong for that reminder. And finally, we hit the gong as a reminder that, yes, there is only love, and we know that. And yes, our physical bodies are the articulation of that source, and we know that. But sometimes we forget all of that truth when we have taxes, when we have that annoying text, when we have that person who knows how to push the right buttons. Somehow we forget all of who we are. And so this is a reminder that you are God in expression. And our job, our job, is to take that clarity into our reality. And so it is. So here at Unity, we love to celebrate. And I know of one birthday. Carla had a birthday this week. Yes, Carla. Do we have any other birthdays? What? Go Cat. Yes, Griffin. Yes, half birthday. Griffin's what? 6 months? And that baby is the size of a 2-year-old, okay? Griffin is here, okay? Griffin said, y'all better watch out, all right? I'm taking Unity, okay? Y'all will see him in a second. Griffin is the man, okay? Any other birthdays? Any other birthdays? Okay. This is a good opportunity to ask if we have any anniversaries, any milestones. Okay, none yet. All right. And lastly, do we have anything that we consider, okay, I did that thing. I handled that. Okay. We got a couple, yes. We did that thing. It's one of those things that looms and it's on your to-do list and it's like, I'm going to get to it. And then you hit this precipice where it's like, it's done. I did it. So we're celebrating that, whatever that means for us in this space. And finally, we know that our physical bodies is just one iteration of how we move through this experience. And so sometimes we have healing. And that healing shows up on our body temple, and it also shows up in grieving. And so I'm just asking to just wave a hand if this was a week where you said, you know what? I needed a little extra love. I see you. We see you. Okay. So here at Unity, we acknowledge that we are the articulation of God. And so what that means is we get to send that love to each other. And so you may not have seen hands raised around you, but I want you to just rub your hands together. And I want you to extend it out to those around you. And repeat after me. We see you. We know you for who you truly are. God in expression. We walk with you. We celebrate you. And we wrap our arms around you. On your sacred walk. And so it is. And that moment is called our oneness moment. And then we're going to light this yellow candle honoring our solar plexus chakra. Come on, solar plexus. It's shining, y'all. This is so appropriate for what this chakra is. Y'all have no idea. Okay, there we go. Before Steph comes up, I'm going to offer if Sam and Lucy can give us a little interlude, if that's okay.
Peace is here, peace is here, peace is here now. Y'all can sing along. The next one is love.
Love is here, love is here, love is here now. You are here, you are here, you are here now. I am here, I am here, I am here now. Peace, peace is here, peace is here, peace is here now. Love is here, love is here, love is here now. You are here, you are here, you are here now. I am here, I am here, I am here now.
You are here.
You are here, you are here, you are here now. I am here, I am here, I am here now.
All right, so as I was doing a little internal review sitting there, I realized I forgot to tell us to silence our cell phones. So if you did forget that, now is a great chance to do it before we fully get into the zone. We don't want any distractions. We don't want to be reminded of any crazy exes or bills or anything like that, right? We're going to keep this space focused. All right. And so for our community announcements, next Sunday, mark your calendars, we will have it's Saturday. Thank you, Celeste. Celeste's always just keeping me on point. It takes a village, y'all, okay? All right, so next Saturday, we will have Unity Creators Circle, all right? That's May 3rd. It'll be from 10:30 a.m. to 12 p.m., and it's going to be in the gathering room, or do we call it hall? Gathering room, and it's going to be to bring about a vision for this space, for the spiritual center that we have. So if you've been looking for a way to itch that creative nerve, like, please come, show up. I believe there will be some vision boarding involved, so if you love doing that, come along. If you've never done it before and you're curious, come along. If you hate vision boards, still come along. All are welcome, all right? And again, as a continuous rolling reminder, especially for those of us that are new here, the best way to stay involved and on the pulse of Unity is through our Facebook pages. Unity of Gainesville Helping Hands, that's where all of the announcements come through. Also, along with Facebook, if you are not already on the e-blast, which our lovely Star takes care of and sends out once a week, you can reach out to her and give her your email address, and she'll get you all set up. So, yep, there she is, lovely, just radiant, you know, a true star in the flesh.
Sally, can you do me a favor and go back to that Creator Circle flyer? I just gotta give a quick shout out. Okay, y'all. So we already know there is so much planning and organizing that goes into making our services possible. Just, y'all already know it. But I want to give a quick shout out to our AV. Sally made this in about 30 seconds. Okay? Woo! Literally. I'm sitting there and Stephanie is going through the announcement and then boom, this pops up. So there is so much work, and Janina is back there, is learning how to get the ones and twos. Woo! And just know that this has been an area of growth for us for a while, and to be able to have this kind of like professionalism is next level. So thank you so much, y'all. Thank you. I had to give a quick shout out and just know that I'm acknowledging all the work that goes into our space. And y'all can see it when you parked. Right, that island, when you walk up the path, the mulch, it's just know all the love that's been poured into this community, and we're feeling it. So shout out to everybody. A couple of quick announcements. They won't actually show up here because they're so fresh. One of them is on May 30th. Can y'all say May 30th?
May 30th.
On May 30th, we're gonna have a young musicians showcase. And what that means is, in this room, we already booked, get this, a 7-piece high school band.
Yes.
Okay? And so we're going to have high schoolers coming in with their instruments, and we're going to have a concert. And we're going to also do like a parents cafe or something for the parents. So as y'all know, we have a vacuum in our community. So we got the little ones, and then it jumps up to like middle age, right?
So true.
Right? And so we know that children are our future. And I'm not preaching to the choir here. We know it to be true. And so one of the ideas that was brought forward was, how do we engage the youth? And this by providing a platform for them to create. And so that's gonna be May 30th, which is a Friday afternoon. We're gonna do a little sound check, and then the doors are open at 7, and then we'll do the concert at 7:30. So what I'm asking is, of course, we're gonna create an Eventbrite. We're gonna do all of our work to market it, but I need butts and seats. All right.
Yes.
I need us to show up and show out, because the young people, this is them learning how to do this on a professional level, right?
Yes.
And so we're just providing a platform for them to create. That's happening on May 30th. Also, y'all, June is packed. So we have our, obviously, summer solstice, and so we're gonna do a burning bull ceremony. We have Armand and Angelina. Do y'all remember Armand and Angelina? Yes. So they're coming. They'll be here June 8th to do a special comedy concert. And then the next day, they're going to lead the entire service. So they're going to do the music. They're going to do the talk. So that's happening June 7th and June 8th. We also have a past life regressions workshop that's happening in June. So June is packed, y'all. We are doing it. It's so hot off the presses that we haven't even gotten a chance to make a flyer, right? So we are buzzing. The last thing I want y'all to do is, when you leave, y'all do me a solid.
When you leave,
I want you to take a look at the sign one last time, okay?
and say goodbye.
We're gonna say goodbye, right? And we're saying goodbye honoring all that it was and all that it did for our community, right? We're blessing that sign as it transitions. And so phase 1 is already done, so you'll see like gray painting on the scaffolding, and the print shop is gonna have our new vinyl print ready, and so hopefully by Tuesday, it'll be up, and so by next Sunday, you'll see, whoa. And this has been something that we've been wanting to do for a long time. I think even before the floors. So, right? So just, y'all know that it's been tremendous growth, and that this is possible because of all the work that we've put in our own ways. I mean, the work that goes into our organization, y'all, we already know that this is a completely self-sustaining organization. From the ground up, from policies and procedures to donations, everything in between. This is us. And so I want to celebrate us as we celebrate our 50 years in this community. 50 years. Let's take that in.
5-0.
All right, so that's the end of my announcements.
Yes, I love all of those announcements, and I'm biased. I mean, you all know I have 3 sons of my own, 17, 13, and 10. So to know that we're going to open up this space for young musicians is so important. Like, we don't realize how much of a wasteland it is as far as attention when you're in that in between. You're not a child anymore, but you're not an adult. And it can really feel like nobody cares. People think you're rude. People think you don't want to listen. And it leaves a lot of possibility for falling off the tracks, you know? So I really do. I reiterate what Rev says. Like, please show up for these young adults that are figuring out, like, how to show up in a space and fill it. So, yeah, I'm super, super excited about that. Thank you. And so also to piggyback off of Sally's amazing last-minute digital skills, little old somebody, me, did not show up or did not send in what she was going to read ahead of time. So I just gave this to her before service this morning. And look, it's already so beautiful. So love her. She saves me in so many ways. Sally, you're the best. I love you so much. All right. So I don't know if any of you all got a chance to watch the remake of Cinderella. It was back in, like, I think the late 90s or early 2000s. It featured Brandy, who was a pop star at the time, and Whitney Houston. Yes, thank you. Yes. It's so good. If you've not seen it, like, please go back and watch it. The cast is so diverse. I think Whoopi Goldberg is in it too, if I'm not mistaken, but it's an amazing movie. And so with us stepping into the solar plexus and talking about possibilities, they had a song in there, and the lyrics are really good. Don't worry, I'm not going to sing it because I am no Whitney Houston, so I will just read it like a poem. So, impossible for a plain yellow pumpkin to become a golden carriage. Impossible for a plain country bumpkin and a prince to join in marriage. And 4 white mice will never be 4 white horses. They will, such faulty-roll and faulty-dee of courses. Impossible, but the world is full of zanies and fools. Please hold. Who don't believe in sensible rules and won't believe what sensible people say. And because these daft and dewy-eyed dopes keep building up impossible hopes, impossible things are happening every day. Y'all, let's be the daft and the dewy-eyed dopes, okay? Who cares if the world thinks we're crazy? We make the impossible possible, okay? Everybody clap for yourselves. Clap it up.
If we can stand and create a circle, if it's easier, you can stay put, but if you're able, let's get in the circle. Yeah, yep. Y'all know the circle we doing here. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. So what I'm feeling is the need for this prayer circle. And so I am asking, if you feel in need of prayer, please come. I have no idea who it is. If it's on your heart to stand in the middle for prayer, please come. Whoever you are. Okay. Is there anybody else? Yes. Is there anybody else who feels led to be here? So as I was sitting and I was thinking about our prayer, this is the image I saw. So we are honoring. Yes, please. So I'm asking us on the outside of the circle to take a cleansing breath. And if it's your practice to close your outer eye, we are affirming that Spirit is already here. Spirit was here before we took our first breath, and it is here long after we shake off these bodies. It shows up as love, as progress, as laughter, as hope. And we affirm for Saradna, for Anne, for Barbara, and all those who are nameless. We affirm that they are on their perfect path of peace, of wholeness, of healing. And that perfection is already here. That perfection won't show up at a later date. It is here now, unfolding just as it should. We see them giggling and moving and sashaying and giggling just as they are. We affirm this truth, and it is so. At this moment, if we can detach hands and send our hands forward to those in front of us. I want y'all to imagine your heart, the pulse, the love is extending through your hands to those in front of you. And we send love. Because love is all there is. Love is all there is. We affirm it as so. And say, so be it. So it is. Amen. Ashe. Aho. Let's take a breath. Thank you so much, everybody.
Here we are, making ourselves aware. The beginning is now. Washed anew, seeing life with new eyes. We're opening up. We are here in the sunlight, dancing in our dreams. I see the new day dawning. I feel my new life calling to me. I see my light is shining around. Here we are, standing on solid ground, ready to soar. All we see are possibilities leading to more. We are here in the sunlight, dancing in the breeze. I see the new day dawning. I see my new life calling to me. I see my light is shining around. I see the new day dawning. I see the new day calling to me. I see used to stand in my way.
This is the dark part, y'all.
But now I've released the past. I'm waking up to, I'm waking up to. I see the new day dawning. I feel my new life calling to me. I see my light is shining around, around, around. I see the new day dawning.
Y'all know it.
I see the new day dawning. I see the new day dawning. I see the new day dawning.
Yes, y'all. So Sam and Lucy, every time they hear it, it feels like we like elevated. We have a straight up concert. Y'all have some activities coming up. Can y'all give us the rundown? And I also saw you laying down some CDs. Was it? What y'all got going on?
Well, we have CDs, which include that song we just sang, and we also have books. I wrote a book with Mary Magdalene, if that's your thing. And then in June, I know a lot is going on in June. June 25th through 29th, we are doing a 4-night retreat in the North Georgia mountains.
Wow.
Using music to
my
take yourself to
goodness.
the highest vibration you can be in. So it's a musical, nature-based retreat experience, and we would love any of you to come join us because we just led a week-long retreat in Mexico, and we can't put into words what happened, and it's hard to talk about, and we have people who you can ask if you want to ask people what their experiences were, but we just can't wait to do it again.
We've had so many signs and beautiful synchronicities like surrounding this retreat, so we're just feeling
Something's
the
going
magic
on.
getting called in. Yeah.
6-hour drive from right here.
Yeah.
That is incredible. And I gotta say, y'all have done a couple of sound healing here, and the space, the vibration of our space lifted. It was like, oh, do y'all feel that? And so I encourage all of us, if we're able to support, because us supporting you means we get a chance to have more of you, right? So the thing about being an artist, if you aren't sustained by the community, you gotta go elsewhere, right? And so we want you to know that we love you and we appreciate you and we here. We are here. We're here. So today we are talking about the solar plexus. The solar plexus. And in my research and preparation for today, there was a talk that came from a mystic. And a mystic also expresses itself as a Sophie. So he's a Sophie. So Sophies are Muslims. And so this mystic says this. He says, if I speak, I tell a lie. If I don't speak, I am a coward. I'll say it again. He said, if I speak, I tell a lie. If I don't speak, I am a coward. And what he was talking about was, if we attempt to put this life experience into language, it's a lie. I love what you just said, Lucy, right? To try to put into words what y'all experienced in New Mexico, where do you begin, right? And so the Sufi is saying, if I try to put into words what this experience of God, love, this life experience, it's a lie. It's woefully inadequate. But if I don't speak about it, I'm a coward. And so our charge, not just today, not just over our 50-year journey and 50 more years to come, our journey is to attempt to put into words this experience, this force we call God. Because to do so is to champion a whole new way of existing. So as y'all know, we have meditations in the morning. So 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., we in here rocking. No matter how many of us in here, we are in the flow. And so in the meditation, what came through today was we're taught to love each other as ourselves, to love one another as you love yourself. And what came through is we're doing good. If we look at the state of our planet, we are absolutely loving each other as we love ourselves. What do I mean by that? Yes, there are more conflicts, more troubles than is worthy of this platform that we can articulate off of just easily right now. We can just name any turmoil that's happening on our planet, between climate change, environmental, all the way up to you name it. And we're taught to love each other as we love ourselves. And the truth is, our planet reflects we're doing it. We're doing it. What do I mean? How much do we actually love ourselves? Many of us, we're tearing ourselves up. If we could hear a narrative of the thoughts we have about ourselves, we are condemning ourselves. We're recycling old tapes. We're replaying when we did a thing or not did a thing. We're the one moment where you said something out of turn and you feel bad about it, we hold on to that narrative years later. And so what happens is, in our body, the memory expresses itself. That thing happened 10, 15 years ago. I have an aunt, and hopefully she won't see this. Okay. I have an aunt who's in her 60s, and she can pinpoint the time when everybody got a peanut butter and jelly sandwich but her. Right? And listen, when she tells it, it's like, oh, that's not right. Right? When she tells it, you can't help but sit down and say, right? I hope she doesn't see this, right? Right? You can't help but feel the pain, dare I say agony, of what she experienced as a 4-year-old, right? And we have a big family. My great-grandmom had 15 kids. My grandmom had 5 kids at the same time. They had kids. So we have a huge family. And so for her not to get that sandwich and everybody else got one, it hit her. Okay, y'all? Beverly's laughing. It hit her, right? Right? My point is, that is a tape. That is a tape that's wound so tight that it's on repeat. It's on repeat, right? That is what the lack of self-love does to us. We hold tight to these experiences that did bring us pain, that may have been justified, but the thing is, we hold on to it. And we justify that righteousness, if you will, because we were wronged. And so what I'm saying is, that is a version of loving oneself. And so, of course, the planet is going to reflect what we see today because we're loving ourselves like that. Am I making sense? We're doing good. We've been taught for generations to love ourselves, right? Treat unto others as you want to be treated. Y'all, the golden rule, on and on and on and on and on. We're doing great. Check, we hit it. We're doing absolutely fabulous. We are absolutely loving each other the way we love ourselves. Let's take that in. That's what came through in meditation. And so what's being asked of us is simply to redefine what we call love. And the solar plexus chakra, and if y'all can just imagine 6 inches. So if you go like this, just go like this for me. That's roughly 6 inches, right? I know some of us have longer fingers, you get it, right? This is roughly 6 inches. So the solar plexus is actually right above your navel, about 6 inches, right? And so next week, I hope to get y'all a slide so you can see how the chakras are organized. And the solar plexus chakra is actually the largest one. It's the largest one. It's the largest one because that's the one that we all have access to. Because it's in the solar plexus that we make choices. Now, listen, y'all. Your gut. Who said that? Yes, Carla, your gut. Right? Now, the thing is, our gut is functioning, we call it intuition, hunch, you name it. In other spaces, they'll call it Holy Spirit, you name it. Whatever you want to call it, I call it your knowing. That knowing is always operating. Whether or not we choose to listen to it, it's always operating. And that's our solar plexus chakra. It shows up in a lot of different ways, right? We get the feeling that we should check our tire pressure. We get down the highway, we get a flat tire. We're on the side of the road and say, something told me to check that tire, right? Or you're at a buffet and the food looks good and everybody's like, try that meatloaf. And your gut is like, don't get that meatloaf, right? And everybody's saying, try the meatloaf, that meatloaf, that meatloaf. And you're like, oh, okay, yeah. Oh, let me get the meatloaf. And then you having problems on the back end, right? Because you didn't listen to your gut that said, don't touch that meatloaf, right? Right? We all know what I'm talking about. That space is fully articulated. That is our solar plexus, right? And so when we talk about chakras, and I was so happy to learn that chakras have been a part of unity for decades. For decades. And I thought I was doing something, fresh. We're going to do chakras. And come to find out, unity been talking about chakras for years. We just now catching up in terms of I'm talking about our generation. We just now catching up in terms of the cool factor. But unity been doing it for years. And so I was excited to learn that all of these different unities in their own way are talking about chakras. And I mention that because I began our talk today with the mystic, with the Sophie, that says, if I speak, I tell a lie. If I don't speak, I am a coward. I mention that because the chakras are a system that attempts to put into words what we are experiencing, right? Let's take that in, right? The chakras are merely a system that attempts to articulate what we're already experiencing. That's it. And the truth is, y'all, there are so many spiritual systems out there that rock. So many. But if Bill were here, he would simply tell us that the ones we know about are just well documented. That's it. So of the spiritual traditions we know of, they're just the most documented ones. But there are people in indigenous spaces who, for generations, have had this ancestral knowing that's poured through all of their experience. And so one of us goes and do some research, and we got the hot thing. Just like I did when I say, we're going to do chakras. I didn't bring nothing new. It's been here. The solar plexus is that it's yellow, and it's imagine like a bright sun. It's that space, the bedrock of our decision. And we started our time together going from the root chakra to the sacral chakra. Now we're at the solar plexus. The root chakra is our primal need. So Maslow's hierarchy of needs, right? Self-actualization is at the top of that pyramid. Before you can even get to your dreams and hopes and aspirations, you got to know where you're living first. You got to know you got food. You have to know you have shelter and are cared for and won't get killed by the lion, all right? That's the first thing. Forget the dreams of hopes for tomorrow. If I don't make it there, I'm not going to have those dreams, right? So Maslow's hierarchy of needs, which, by the way, he got from indigenous Native American spaces, let's keep it real, right? But again, he went and documented it, and now we have this new knowledge that's been organized in a pyramid, right? So we attribute Maslow's hierarchy of needs, but it was in indigenous Native American spaces for generations. And what they teach is that the first level is our primal need. In the same way, our root chakra. We spent 7 weeks talking about our root chakra. That root chakra is our primal need. Us being cared for and loved. When my aunt was 4 years old, right? Being poured into. That's the root chakra, right? Then the next step is our sensation, which is our sacral chakra. We spent 7 weeks talking about that. That's our ability to experience the joy, the beauty of life. It's our ability to say, no, I'm not playing that, right? Our ability to say no is our ability to say our sacred yes, right? So that's what we did our whole past 7 weeks. Now we're shifting into our solar plexus. And it's in our solar plexus that we make the transition from our primal needs up to our spirit, right? Because it's in this pocket that we have an opportunity to do one thing, and that is to choose. To choose. I want us to consider how sacred a choice is. A choice. When our phone rings, we have a choice as to how we're going to respond to that person or not respond. When that thing happens, I mentioned it a while ago. One time we were in service, and Shirley Mogensen. Shirley, you here? Okay, Shirley, yeah. Shirley, literally after service, was pulling out of this driveway, and somebody laid on the horn and got right up to her bumper and then sped around her. I mean, just leaving here, it was like 12:15. So the choice we have in that moment of, are you kidding me? We get an opportunity to either flick them back, roll our window down, shout back, or do whatever. We have a choice. And our solar plexus is that sacred choice. Which direction will we go? Yesterday we had a board retreat, and Carla started our time together with a nugget of gold I will hold on to. What Carla said was, when you say yes to service, you think, oh yeah, I'm gonna serve, I'm gonna do something good for my community. I'm ready to say yes. You think you're just gonna be helping out, but what you're saying yes to is your spiritual evolution. Because when you're in that space of service, there are these personalities, there are these other things that's not a part of when you said yes to that thing. Right? You said yes to go help clean up the yard. You didn't know you were saying yes to dealing with other stuff you had going on. Like, you had no idea that personality type got you the way it does. You didn't know that, right? But you saying yes to cleaning the yard got you a whole new level of clarity about yourself, right? A whole new level of clarity. You just thought you were helping your community. You know, Rev is talking about giving back. Let me give back. You said yes, but what you actually said yes to, and thank you, Carla, for reminding us, you said yes to your spiritual growth. And I know it to be true because I said yes to Unity at Gainesville, right? I was sitting where y'all sitting like, I could do that, right? I felt led, right? I felt led. I mean, it was so intense. I couldn't sleep. I was getting visitations, y'all, you name it. Like, I was having dreams. Finally, I just had to shoot Lori a text. I was like, Lori, how do we begin this process, right? As board president, I was like, Lori, I can't sleep. This is my yes. I know it. This is my yes. Okay, thank you, y'all. Thank you. I mentioned that, right? That was a year ago. I mentioned that, right? That was happening a year ago, these dreams and things, and finally June, I reached out to Laurie. But it was around this time a year ago, I was feeling this. And I was like, I got that. I got that. I have administrative experience. I've been teaching for years. I flow. I'm a dad. If anything can prepare you for this, being a dad, I got this. But the truth is, when you say yes to service, The universe is saying yes to your growth. The universe is like, all right, yes, finally. Finally, they're open to shake off that cocoon that they've self-selected to be inside of. To shake it off. And I gotta tell you, y'all, this experience has shown me the edge of my growth in such a powerful way, right? And I'm seeing parts of my development, expansion, maturity, spiritual growth on so many sides. In fact, y'all, it happens all the time. On the way to this building this morning, I had another discovery. The discovery I had was, if I'm not mindful, my children will know me as the guy who was always tired. Here's an example. So this morning, they were up at 6:45, rocking and rolling, all three of them, okay? Rocking. I'm like a zombie trying to move through the day, and they're ready to go, all right? I get dressed, I say bye to the kiddos. What they saw was, hey, y'all, oh my God, love y'all so much. Okay, I'll see y'all later. That's what they saw, okay? That's what they saw. I'm in a play right now. I'm doing Shakespeare up in Tallahassee. So I got to tell y'all about that. So I'm doing Shakespeare in Tallahassee. I'm playing King Henry IV. So I got home last night. It was 10:30, you name it. And so Rez is like, Dad. I'm like, hey, what's up, big boy? What's going on? All right, let's get y'all settled. All right, love you. That's how they saw me last night. And they saw me the same way this morning, okay? And if I come home, hey, y'all, what's all? That's such an, oh, yes, nice job, nah. All right, I'm going to sit right here. If I'm not careful, this is what came through this morning. If I'm not careful, my children, the ones who I love probably more than anything on this planet, will know me as the guy who was always tired, right? What a discovery to make at this iteration of my journey. That didn't happen when I got to retirement. That didn't happen when I'm aged out thinking, oh, they're now 40 and they got their own kids. That didn't happen then. It's happening now. That now is because of my secret yes to this. Does that make sense? And so when I say the solar plexus is about our ability to choose, and that choice is a sacred yes or no, we're really opening ourselves up to what is divinely ours. And so I think it's appropriate that it's yellow. You can't help but look at yellow. It's right there. Over the next 7 weeks, as we talk about the solar plexus, there's so much in there, y'all. Because it's in the solar plexus that the ego is a thing we gotta attack, okay? And the thing about the ego, and we'll talk more about it later, but the thing about the ego is not to be demonized, right? Is to be acknowledged, and is to see our growth, right? The ego had a very important role in the evolution of humanity. And it's gonna have a different role as our planet continues to expand, right? And so our solar plexus, we'll talk about ego and a whole lot. But today's anchoring thought, if I can use that terminology, is simply, if I speak, I tell a lie. But if I don't speak, I'm a coward. What are we speaking? What are we speaking? When we talk about God, when we talk about the hope for our tomorrow, when we talk about our choices, are we allowing ourselves to be in that expanded state of possibility? Or are we contracted to think, well, rationally, that might not work out like that? Am I making sense, y'all? The final thing that brought us in today is this thought. The golden rule, to do unto others as you would have them do unto you, to love yourselves, to love others as you love yourself. The truth is we're doing fine. We nailed that. But we got to redefine what love is. We got to redefine how we love ourselves. We got to redefine what self-care means. And y'all, it's okay. Sometimes you got to check out. Sometimes you want to be a recluse and stay in the bed. I'm not doing nothing today. Of course, I want to see y'all on Sunday, but Sunday might be that day, right? I don't know when the last time I saw Stephanie. It was like, Steph, what's up? She's like, I'm doing some self-care. I said, yes, you are. And I celebrate that, right? That's right. You're ahead of the curve. So the point I'm making is how we arrive at love is requiring our new definitions. We have to have a new vocabulary. So when I mention my aunt, that is real, y'all. If she were here, she would have all of us quiet, shaking our head like, why they do that? Why? They did not give you that sandwich. We would fold into that contraction, right? Because it's taken years to calcify and redevelop that narrative. That is a love that has to be redefined. All of us take part on this. And here's the fun part. I'm going to give an example. So, Kat, can you wave your hand? So if Kat decides, and us in here, that Sam and Lucy, they rocking it out, and Kat just jumps up and starts rocking by herself, what's going to happen? Rupali, where you at? Raise your hand, Rupali. Rupali going to jump up, right? Okay. Star going to be like, oh, we doing that? Star going to jump up, right? So you mean to tell me that one of us can't make a difference on this planet? What? That's just an example with us in this room, right? Now, here's the thing. For Kat to pop up and then Rupali and then Star to catch it, the conditions had to be met, which is this. There you go, Celeste. Celeste said the music had to be good. Yes, the music had to be good. The conditions had to be met for this spontaneous eruption that then steamrolls into something else, right? So the first condition is we have to redefine what love looks like. And then it's going to express itself, and then it's like, oh, Stephanie, that's how we doing it? All right. Let me sleep in too. Oh, and then somebody else catches it. Dina's like, oh, we sleeping in now? All right, let me sleep in. Jose, what we doing? We getting breakfast to the table, right? Am I making sense, y'all? So the conditions have to be met for us to redefine, and then it expresses itself. It expresses itself. We're going to take that into meditation, y'all. I have no idea. Like, we have an incredible combustion of energy in this room, right? And Michael Beckwith, I was listening to him recently. He said that he had to reconsider, reframe how he called service. What he said was, this isn't service. This is an intentional act of like-minded people for the evolution of our planet. Us being in this room right now saying, I am so committed to my spiritual growth, I'm about to go into a community with like-minded people and we about to elevate this planet. That's an intentional act. We all did that. And I want y'all to consider how many points of entry it was. Some of us drove 75 miles to be here. Some of us drove 2 minutes. Some of us flew in and are here for a couple months. Some of us, we might as well live here because we're here so much, right? Whatever the thing is, we have multiple points of entry as to how we arrived at this space. And this combustion of energy is unique and special and will not happen again on this planet. And as Michael Beckwith says, this right here is shifting the narrative, the experience of our very planet. So this isn't a service. This is something more. Something that defines language. We got to speak it. So if we can take a cleansing breath. And if it's your practice to close your outer eye, we're just going to go into silence. And as a reminder, we have an hour-long meditation, so this is going to be our mini meditation. But I want you to take whatever you gathered, whatever's coming through, I want you to take that in, knowing that our choice is a sacred act. In this divine moment, we hold the highest vibration of gratitude, knowing that this silence is always here. This stillness, this superpower is always here. And we affirm that as we make choices in this lifetime, they are anchored in the highest vibration of love. Acknowledging that we are love. We affirm it as so. And breathe the breath of life into that clarity and say, and so it is. So it is. So it is. As Lucy continues to play, I want you, as we shift into our giving, to consider this sacred act. We are preparing a seed. And these conditions are the fertile soil. So as we reach for our bags and our pens or whatever it is, this is us tilling the soil. This is us preparing it. This is us preparing it. As you place it into that basket, I want you to imagine you are placing a seed in soil. Kristen, let me put my seed in. We got to bless these seeds. I'm asking in this moment that we affirm our giving. So repeat after me. I want you to place your hands over your heart. I want you to imagine yourself way bigger, way more than this physical body. From that space of fullness, I want you to say, I give this gift with an open heart and expect its full return in grace and perfect ways. And so it is. So as y'all know, we are a self-sustaining organization, so all of your gifts matter, okay? You matter. Your gifts of time, money, your physical presence, it matters. Okay, we're gonna get the kiddos here in a second. Can we jam out for a little bit?
Yeah. Y'all like This Giant Light of Mine? Because it's huge. Y'all feel it. This giant light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine.
This giant light of mine,
I'm gonna let it shine.
this giant light of mine,
I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Everywhere I go.
everywhere I go,
I'm gonna let it shine.
everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
Here they come. This giant light of
mine,
Pick it up, y'all.
I'm gonna let it shine. This giant light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This giant light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
All right. We have a walker. Yes, put the shoes on.
Slow and steady. Oh, Daddy, can you do that? Well, today we missed being here on Earth Day, but we talked about Earth Day. And if you haven't gotten this little book from the bookstore that Reverend Marcy wrote, that's what we read today, about a little seed and his journey to be planted where he should be. And we found out that we're kind of like that little seed. We have all the answers inside of us, too. And if we just ask for help, like he finally did, he got the sun and the wind and the rain. And when I'm not going to tell you the end of it. Right? Let's don't tell them how it ends, okay? You'll have to read it.
Thank you so much, Ms. Gwen. If we can stand, if we're able, and we're going to bless the children in front of us, our neighbors, our nieces and nephews and grandkids who are not here, and we're going to rub our hands together, and we're going to say, children. And we can read together, you are perfect just the way you are. The divine, magnificent outpicturing of source. Everything you desire is yours because you and God are one. We love you, we love you, we really, really love you. All right, y'all, let's circle up. You want to stand?
Let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth,
the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony.
Let peace begin with me.
I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
The God surrounds us. We are light. The love of God enfolds us. We are love. The power of God protects us. We are power. The presence of God watches over us. We are presence. Wherever we are, God is. We are divine, and all is well. All right, y'all, if we could look at that camera in the back, we got loved ones who are not physically here, but would love to be here. So we're sending our love to you, and we can't wait to wrap our arms around you. See y'all next time. One last thing, we have a birthday cake for all of our April birthdays in the gathering room. Get the birthday cake. Thank you, Celeste.
That would be so special.